So guys, okay, I'm gonna sit up now because yeah. Who are you talking to? You're a little piece of poop. Okay, I don't know if we've ever done this, but look at my dog. I don't know if you can see her. I can't see. Crap. That's my dog in there. I don't know if you can see her.
Yeah.
Come here. It's my dog.
Yeah.
Her name's Sparkles. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever done a story time or anything like this, but my dog is going to be accompanying me in this story. And it's like almost time for me to like go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep. I ain't going to sleep.
So, and it's about the time I threw up. So if you have problems with like gross stuff, and you know how like some people are fine with that, but I have this friend, his name is Dash, right? And he does not like gross stuff. He gets grossed out really easily. So this was most recent. Like it was like 2 days. It was on Tuesday, and it's current. Like it was on Tuesday this week, so it's currently Thursday. So it was like 2 days ago. I think I'm not sure. I'm stupid. Okay. So I got all pretty. I wore a flower headband and everything, and I put my hair in a ponytail, and I wore a really cute shirt. It had
In the middle of the video, story time.
shut up. It's like it had like a skull. It had like a sugar skull with a rose headband, and I was wearing a rose headband, so I thought that would be cute. And I wore some cute black jeans, and I went to school, right? And I was feeling fine. I rode the bus, and my right eye started to hurt. Like it didn't start to hurt right away, but it felt like I couldn't see out of it, right? Then it started to burn. So then I got to school, and I thought it was like whatever. And I ate breakfast at school.
It
And
must have been the freaking bread. The bread's deadly.
it was
I don't even eat the crust.
breakfast
I'm going home.
breakfast sandwiches, right? And
What the?
I threw up. I went to class, right? I was fine. I didn't think they were to harm me or anything. And like, so, oh my god, I forgot. Okay, so I went to my classroom, right? And that's when my eyes really, both my eyes started to burn. And they burned really bad.
Story time.
And it, hurt a lot. Like, no one likes, whatever. So, then I went to the nurse, my teacher wouldn't let me go to the nurses, and I was, really mad, and I started to, cry, because my eyes hurt so much. I mean, no, she let me go to the nurse's office, but the nurse's was closed, which it really wasn't closed, I just couldn't open the door, because I'm retarded. So, then, I started to gag at the nurses. And I started to gag. But nothing would come out my mouth. And I was like, what the heck? Why isn't anything coming out my mouth? So then, I threw up finally. And the rule is, if you throw up, you have to go home. So, the nurse called my mom. I mean, my dad, right? My dad didn't want to come pick me up. He was busy, and he couldn't come right away. So he hung up, mid speech. He hung up on her, and then we called my mom. She didn't answer because she was at work. So obviously she wouldn't be able to answer her home phone. So I mean, her phone, her phone. Because you know how usually she answers calls, and yeah. So we called her phone and she didn't answer. And I know that my mom gets off of work at like 11 something, and at the time it was like 10:50. So we waited 10 minutes and she called back finally. And she came and picked me up, right? And we went home, and like we're not allowed to watch TV when we come home or anything. We're supposed to rest. So I grabbed my phone, I put my earbuds in, and I slept for the longest of time. And then I woke up once and I was like, I slept the whole night, and it was like the middle of the day, so it was still bright, and I forgot why I was home. And I walked in. So I was like asleep, right? Okay, I'll show you. I was like asleep, and it was bright outside. So I woke up. I just hit my brother in the head with my foot. But I got up, and my dad was in my brother's room, right? Ooh, this like. And no, my dad was in my brother's room. It was bright. And I was like, I slept the whole night because I thought it was the next day. But then I remembered I came home sick.
He's done the same for me.
I've got 10 here. I think I was much nicer than her.
And I had to come home, and I slept. And then when my brother got back, I still had kind of a headache from my eyes.
Meanwhile,
So
I was just walking and uncontrollably smiling
then
while I was shopping.
at night, at actual nighttime, like not my pretend nighttime that I thought I was at, that I slept, but nighttime where we had to go to sleep. And the next morning I felt great. But then we had to run cross country, and I honestly thought I was gonna barf mid cross country course, and I didn't want to barf because I would be so embarrassed. Like it would be. And the cross country course is the longest, okay?
Is it like around the school?
Yeah. Like, no, it's like, you know the hill where you usually go outside?
Yeah.
You know, by the trees back there?
Yeah.
So you run that, you run around to the nature center, you know the nature center with all the pretty naturey stuff. Then you run, that's the regular, the 4th grade cross country course. Then you go all the way to the, like, baby playground,
Oh.
and you have to run behind the hill, and you have to run down the hill and up the hill.
Oh, wow.
And it's hard for me to run. For some reason, my breathing is very weird. I don't have asthma, but I open my mouth when I run. Yeah, I used to have asthma. But yeah, I run with my mouth open and all the air goes down my throat. And I'm not trying to breathe the air in, and it gets to my heart, and it like I feel like my heart stops beating. So yeah, that's a fun fact about me. But yeah, it's not really a fun fact, but whatever. So, peace out, nation. I don't know what to call you guys, okay? Shut up. Forget it. Bye, nation. Peace. Peace.